Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm, of course, your host, Blitz, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about getting masteries in World of Tanks Blitz and what it takes to actually achieve one. Now, mastery badges are one of the hardest awards to get in the game, and the reason for that being is because you have to get a higher base experience than 99% of players in the last 7 days of Blitz, which is pretty dang hard to do. It took me 6,500 damage to master my Progetto 65, which obviously is pretty high on the damage marker. 1,515 base experience required to master the Progetto this game, which obviously isn't the easiest thing in the planet. And a good example of a vehicle that is really hard to master is like the Waffenträger Auf Panzer IV. We did 4,900 damage in this tank, almost 5,000, and that's only a first class in a tier 9 tank destroyer. That's pretty dang impressive, and you can think about it on how the base experience worked. We just did about 1,300 XP here, and even though we got about the same kills as the Progetto, it just wasn't enough to get our hands on the mastery. And that is how it goes for sometimes on very high skill cap vehicles. Getting masteries can be really tricky. And that kind of goes for most tier 10s in the game, to be completely honest. If you're going to go to, let's say, like tier 10 here, and you're going to look at vehicles, there's our T25 too, but let's say a vehicle like the Grell 15. This is one of the most played tier 10 tank destroyers in the game, and it's got a very high skill cap. If you're good and you're able to get a good game out in it, you can easily get 7,000, 8,000 damage. So because of that, somebody that's getting 6,000 in a Grell might have a much harder time to master it than somebody getting, let's say, 6,000 in a Badger or 6,000 in a tank like the WZ-113 GFT that nobody's playing. It's much easier to master a tank that has fewer people in it. The second way to master a vehicle is by playing a tank that has a very low win rate, like the T25-2. This vehicle is kind of a medium tank slash tank destroyer. I play it like a medium, but the issue is that it doesn't have medium tank hit points. It's only got like 1,000, which means that you can't take as many shots. But the T25-2 has got some good things going for it. The gun is great. It's got a 5.9 second reload for 225 alpha. The tank's decently quick, but that's about where it stops. The armor is non-existent, and when you're up against tier 10s, it can be very tricky, especially tier 10s like a Chimera. I was very tempted to go middle ridge and try and fight until I read Chimera, and I was like, well, no, I'm not going to fight that. They've also got a Smasher, which, because I've only got 1,081 hit points, has a very high possibility of one-shotting me if he hits me anywhere on the side, or as well the turret. Yeah, the T25-2's got a lot of weak spots, and the reason why this tank is so easy to master itself is because that it's only got about a 48% average win rate in tier 7. That's not great. That's actually very low. When you compare it to most tier 7s that are sitting around 54-ish%, yeah, this vehicle is very low on the win rate marker, which is obviously not what you want if you're grinding down the line, but it is what you want if you want an easy mastery. Now, there are a couple other ways to get masteries. Of course, one of the ways is getting a bunch of kills. If you kill steal, sadly, you do actually get benefits on it, and you'll probably get an easier mastery. It's sad, but it's the truth. Kill stealing gives you easy masteries. Now, we're going to aim in on this FCM 50 over here. There you go. Nice penetration right across the map into his turret. Another way to get masteries is actually shooting opponents that are a higher tier than you. If you didn't know this, shooting tanks that have a higher tier actually give you a much easier mastery. Now, yeah, because it gives you more base XP. Now, I really want to get a shot into the Smasher. Oh, that T-32 is just sadly in front of me there, so we couldn't really get a broadside on that guy. But we do have the Chimera all the way off to the side, who we might be able to get a shell into. Let's shoot a APCR shell just because you can see APCR is a much faster shell velocity than AP, which means that I don't have to lead my shell as much and worry about it missing. We've also got vehicles like the FCM-50T off to the side, which are very deadly, but not super deadly to me right now. We're just going to aim in on the Smasher. I really want to get a shell into that Smasher, of course, because that's an extremely deadly tier 7 vehicle. We've also got the FCM right here. Bounced him, of course, because, you know, that's my luck. Don't you love my overpowered luck in Blitz? But there we go. Smasher's pulling off to the side. There's a nice shot into him for 241. He's not liking that, of course, too much. We've also got, like, the M6. We got the Lerva off to the side. And with my teammate pushing off to probably try and get some shells out into that FCM, what I can do is maybe try and come off to the side here. Now, we do got that Chimera, which is a very deadly tank, of course. The Chimera being one of the deadliest tier 8 vehicles in the game. If he shoots me, it will hurt a lot. And obviously, I don't want to get shot by that. Now, we do got that E25 there. We did miss our shell. Let's put on our adrenaline here because that E25 is going to be rushing down this hill most likely. There you go. There's the E25. That was an awful shot by me. That was actually just a terrible shot, but nonetheless, we're going to try and get some shells out. We got that Chimera right there. There's a nice shot going into that Chimera. Let's make sure he can't hit us. Good. And now all we got to do is not die, which isn't good looking because this E25 is absolutely wrecking my teammate. We're going to try and get a shell into this E25. There we go. One nice shot going into the E25 already. Let's keep going here. Let's see if we can get another shell in. And there we go. Another nice tap going into that E25. He's obviously not liking this too much. His hit points are dwindling very, very quickly. And there we go. The enemy E25 has already been taken out. Now we got the FCM50T right here, which we do have more DPM than, which is obviously very nice. That means that we should be able to easily out-trade him every shot here. We got about the same alpha. What? Okay, well, we are not going to be able to out-trade him anymore because of that. That's not good. And of course, if he rams me, he's going to make me very low on the hit points, but we might just be able to out DPM him on this last shell. Hopefully he can't kill me with the ram. Oh, we're not dead. Oh, magic. It's actually magic. Thank you very much, teammates. I actually give them credit. They did help me out. Now, I'm not expecting to get a mastery this game. Obviously, getting a mastery, as I've said, is very hard, and we didn't do the most damage this battle. We did decent, but we didn't do the most damage. This camping FCM is getting mad at his team. Don't you love people like that? But we are going to push up this hill here. If we get this kill, it'll give us a little bit higher of a chance to get the mastery. So there you go. Nice shot into the enemy SG-152, picking up that kill. And all that's left is the enemy smasher over here. He's going to get low on hit points, but we might just be able to steal ourselves his kill as well. There you go. We got 3 kills, about 2,300 damage, at 2,400 actually. And even though this won't be a mastery, I bet it'll be very, very close on that bar to getting a mastery. There you go, a first class. So, as I said, it's very easy to get the mastery bar in a vehicle like a T25 too. It's just super easy. And if you were to able to do probably 3,000 damage in this game, if I hadn't have bounced that one shell on the FCM, we probably could have pulled out a mastery. With only 1,000 XP, we got a first class. So that's a perfect example to show you just how easy it is to master a vehicle like the T25-2. That goes exactly the same for a vehicle like the VK30-02D. If we go pull that vehicle out, I'm not going to play it, but the VK30-02D is as well very easy to master. I wasn't great in this vehicle when I started playing it, but 2 masteries in it, and that was probably in the last month or so. These tanks are very easy to master because of the low win rates they carry. And if you want to get masteries, I would highly suggest to play tanks like that. Look on your stats, look on vehicles that have very low average win rates, and that's how you can pull out masteries easier than any other tank, because other than that, at tier 10, you're really going to have to pull out at least 5,000 damage, and that's with at least 5 kills or something else like that to get masteries. If you want to get a higher chance, try and get kill steals, try and get more kills, try and get more damage. As well, if you're in a heavy tank, believe it or not, the more shots you take, and as well the more shots you bounce, give you more XP. So if you're in a mouse and you're not taking a lot of hit points off your vehicle and you're trying to master it, you should probably try and lose a couple of hit points, which is what you're supposed to do to a mouse anyway. But hopefully all of you enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below, as it helps out the channel a crazy, crazy amount. But other than that, hopefully all of you are doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.